So, good morning everyone. So, here is our program title, Forest Care 360 degrees Celsius, Nurses Leading Sustainable Forest Management for Public Health Protection. So, sa slide na ito, pinapakita yung identified problem tungkol sa forest management sa Philippines. Kahit may mga programs ang government tulad ng sa Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DENR, patuloy pa rin ang pagkasira ng forest. Ilan sa mga dahilan nito ay illegal logging, land conversion para sa agriculture at urban development, mahina na enforcement ng environmental laws, at kulang na community participation. Dahil dito, nagkaroon ng mga apekto tulad ng mas madalas na pagbaha at landslide, poor air quality, water contamination, at mas mabilis na climate change. Importante ito dahil ang pagkasira ng environment ay hindi lang nakakaapekto sa biodiversity, kundi pati sa community health, sanitation, at safety. Kaya bilang future nurses, mahalaga na maintindihan natin na ang pagprotekto sa forest ay bahagi rin ng disease prevention.
So, we have the primary target population and secondary target population. So, let's start with primary target population first. Residents of an upland barangay vulnerable to flooding and heat-related condition. So, ibig sabihin, ang main target ng program ay yung mga taong nakatira sa upland barangay na madaling maapektuhan ng baha at sobrang init ng panahon. For example, kapag maraming puno ang napuputol sa bundok, mas mabilis magkaroon ito ng baha o landslide sa lugar nila. And secondary target population naman. Ang secondary target population naman ay yung barangay health workers and youth volunteers. Ang secondary target naman ay ang barangay health workers at youth volunteers kasi sila yung tumutulong magbigay ng health information sa community. For example, sila yung pwedeng magturo sa mga residents tungkol sa tree planting o ways para maiwasan ang sakit kapag sobrang init ng panahon. We selected this population because they are directly exposed to environmental risks, tulad ito ng flooding at extreme heat. And next, they experience climate-related health problems. So, ibig sabihin, minsan nakakaroon sila ng health problems dahil sa climate tulad ng sobrang init ng panahon. And lastly, community-level participation strengthens sustainability efforts. At kapag tumutulong at nakikilahok ang buong community, mas naging successful at tuloy-tuloy ang program. Thank you.
By the end of one-day seminar, 85% of participants will identify 3 health benefits of sustainable forest management. Ibig sabihin, after ng one-day seminar, karamihan ng participants, around 85% ay dapat kaya mabanggit ng 3 health benefits na nakuha natin kapag maayos ang pangangalaga sa kagubatan. For example, mas malinis na hangin, less risk of respiratory problems, mas malamig na temperature, better comfort, and reduced heat stress. After the seminar, participants should be able to say something like we need sustainable forests because they help clean our air, keep our climate cooler, and provide medicinal plants. Number 2, within 3 months, the barangay will start at least one community-based tree planting activity. For example, tree planting sa tabi ng ilog, pag-reforest ng bakanteng lote, school-based greening program with student and parents. Number 3, within 1 month, after the program, 75% of participants will show improved environmental practices. 1 month of the program, dapat may 75 participants na talagang nagbago ng environmental habits, hindi lang knowledge, actual behavior change. For example, tama at regular na paghihiwalay ng basura, biodegradable, recycle, hindi nagsusunog ng basura, pag-participate sa community clean-up drive. For example, during a barangay inspection, mapapansin na mas maraming household ang maayos ang waste segregation at nabawasan ang mga nagsisiga.
So, I will discuss the 4 plan activity. Number 1, community health seminar, a talk where people learn how environment affect their health. For example, nurse explained that too much heat can cause stroke. Dirty air can cause asthma. The seminar teach simple way how to stay safe. Number 2, tree planting and mangrove awareness. This is hand-on activity or action to protect our health at an environment. For example, a nurse joined the barangay LGU and DNR to planting trees to protect our people from the flood. Ito yung ginawa natin sa NSTP na nagtanim tayo sa NCCI farm collaboration with the other section. Number 3, health education materials. This is easy to read and spread awareness, like social media and slogan. For example, the slogan, healthy forest, healthy people. Diba easy lang siya? Hindi na din tayo dun. Number 4, environmental health pledge, to care for the environment. This is symbolic activity.
We will discuss the nursing roles and responsibilities related to forest management and environmental sustainability. So, as future nurses, we have an important role in promoting both health and environmental protection. So, first, as health educators, nurses give information to the community. Like for example, we can teach people that planting trees and protecting forests can improve air quality and prevent respiratory diseases like asthma. Second, as advocates, nurses support environmental programs. For example, we can encourage the community to support tree planting activities and proper waste management. So, third one, as community organizers, nurses can work with LGUs and environmental groups. For example, we can join community cleanup drives, tree planting, and of course, environmental awareness programs. So fourth, as health promoters, nurses encourage healthy practices, such as we can teach people to stay hydrated during extreme heat and keep the environment clean to prevent diseases. Forest management also helps prevent diseases. For example, trees improve air quality, which can reduce respiratory diseases. Forests help control temperature to prevent heat-related illnesses. And they protect water sources, which helps prevent waterborne diseases like diarrhea. Therefore, protecting the environment is also a way of preventing diseases and promoting community health. Thank you.
So let's move on to expected outcomes. So first we have increased awareness of the relationship between forest and public health. People will better understand how forests help protect health by providing clean air, water, and a safe environment. Second, improve community participation in conservation efforts. More community members will join activities like tree planting, protecting forests, and keeping the environment clean. Number 3, stronger collaboration between nurses and local government. Nurses and local officials will work together to promote health programs and environmental protection in the community. Number 4, reduction in environmentally related health risk. Problems such as pollution, poor sanitation, and disease related to environmental damage will decrease. Lastly, long-term outcome, a healthier and environmentally responsible community. Over time, people will live healthier lives while also taking care of nature and protecting the environment.
Okay, let's move on to the evaluation methods. So what is evaluation methods? Evaluation methods are the ways to measure our program if effective and if the participants learn from it. In our program Forest Care 360 Celsius, evaluation methods help us determine if the participants learned something and if the activity was helpful. So like halimbawa, for example, we use pre-test and post-test. From this, to measure the participants' knowledge before and after the program. So ito po ang mga gagawin natin na hakbang para malaman kung ano ba ang knowledge ng mga participants natin. Sa pre-test, dito, sa seminar natin ang participants kung ano nga ba ang kalaman nila sa ating activities na gagawin. And then, pagkatapos ng seminar, gagawin natin ang post-test. So, dito na nagkakaalaman kung meron ba silang natutunan sa ating activities na ginawa. And then, we also feedback survey. So from this is to know the opinions or feedbacks and experience of the participation in the activity. So sa feedback na ito, tatanungin natin ang mga participants kung ano nga ba ang opinion or idea nila sa activity na ating gagawin. And then next, we also monitor the attendance and the participations. So sa monitor attendance, kailangan nating i-monitor ang mga participants kung active ba sila sa ating programa. Kung ang mga participants ba ay aktibo ba sila or uma-attend sila sa ating activity. And then, lastly, we conduct a 1-month follow-up observation. So this is to check if the participants are still applying what they learn about forest care and public health. So dito po sa 1-month follow-up observation, after 1 month na sa ginawa nating activities, kailangan balikan natin ang barangay or location na pinangyarihan ng aktibidad. Pagkatapos i-check natin kung patuloy ba nilang ginagawa ang activities sa community or sa komunidad. And then, lahat po ng mga resulta ay i-document. Lahat po ng mga resulta ay i-document po at ipapakita sa barangay council. So, yun lang po.
So, to make sure our project has a lasting impact on the community and doesn't just stop after the seminar, we have to establish partnership with the Barangay LGU and DENR for quarterly environmental activities. So, this means we have to plan to team up with the local governments and environmental experts to do environmental activities on a regular basis. For example, instead of planting trees once a year, we will establish partnership to local governments to ensure that there is a schedule and official support for keeping the people in the environment healthy. Number 2, train selected barangay health workers. This means we will give specialized schooling and train the BHWs to become environmental health advocates. Since they are already trusted leaders in the community, they can continue teaching and leading even when the nursing staff are not present. So for example, when a resident visits the health center for respiratory issues such as cough or allergies or other illness, BHWs will go beyond simply providing medications. They must also use that opportunity to educate patients on how planting trees naturally cools the environment and reduce airborne dust. This encourage environmental stewardship, being residents to realize the importance of planting more trees. Additionally, BHWs can also organize a weekly 20 minutes green health session at the barangay hall to reinforce these habits.
Number 3, integrate environmental education into regular barangay health meetings. Environmental education will be included in regular barangay health meetings so community members can continue learning about how to care for the environment. For example, during a meeting, the health worker or barangay officials can remind residents about proper waste segregation, keeping canals clean, and reducing plastic use. This helps people remember and practice good environmental habits in their daily lives. And last, conduct follow-up seminars every 6 months. Follow-up seminars will be held every 6 months to review the lessons from the program and check if the community is practicing them. For example, the seminars can include discussion about proper waste disposal, tree planting activities, or ways to keep the surrounding clean. This will remind residents about the importance of protecting the environment and encourage them to continue what they learn. Through sustained collaboration, the program will continue beyond the initial implementation and help maintain environmental awareness and good practices in the community.